Imagine being rejected by your own family. Imagine being discriminated from the community where you come from. Imagine being discriminated even from hospitals and schools just because you are born different. Imagine no one wants to sit next to you. No one wants to become your friend or to eat with you just because you are born with albinism. Imagine being hunted for your body parts because someone out there with selfish desires thinks your body parts can cure a disease or can make someone rich. This is what we go through as people with albinism. We are being hunted for our body parts. That is why we live in fear. I personally, growing up with albinism, it hasn't been easy for me. When I was born, both my parents accepted my condition. They provided me with full support. My father was my hero. He couldn't stand anyone discriminate me. I felt like a princess. But one day, a dark cloud visited our home. I lost my father. My hero left me without saying bye to his princess. It was such a pity one. I came to know the difference between me and others when my mother got married to another man with 3 children who couldn't understand my condition. They believed albinism is a curse. Mom works at university teaching hospital. Each time Mom went for work, I was being discriminated against by my stepsister and brother. They made me feel less human. I felt like a stranger in my own mother's home. Each time I reported this case to Mom, she would end up fights with my stepfather. The bad part of this story is that my stepfather wasn't at our side. He was supporting his children. Mom thought maybe if I start going for school, this will prevent me from the discrimination I was facing home. But she thought it all wrong. Because when I started going for school, I was facing discrimination. I was being discriminated. None of my classmates wanted to sit next to me or to talk to me because I'm born different. So I told my mother that I was being discriminated even at school. But she encouraged me to concentrate on my education. She told me, my daughter, the only way you will prove them wrong is by completing your education with bright colors. This really helped me in school. When I reached in grade 8, my mother got sick with high blood pressure, which caused her to lose her memory. My stepfather took advantage of her condition. He was receiving Mom's salary and spending it on himself. He stopped paying for house bills, including my school fees. So I had to quit school. I was home, taking care of Mom. I was in pain. I was looking for a shoulder to cry on. I had no one to talk to. I thought maybe if I involve myself into a relationship, this will help me earn a living. I involved myself into a relationship. It was such a sweet, happy relationship. But the worst happened. I got pregnant. I told my man I was pregnant. He promised to take care of both me and the unborn child. But his friends, who didn't have information on albinism, who believed that people with albinism are cursed, convinced my man not to have anything to do with me, or he will remain cursed. My man was convinced. He asked me to abort, in which I refused an abortion. By then, Mom was just recovering from her sickness. My mother stood by me till I gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. My son has no albinism. My son has no albinism. He's cute, just like the mom. I'm a proud single parent, very much proud. I was happy each time I wake up next to my child. My son gives me hope for tomorrow. He gives me the courage to work hard in life, because I have 2 lives to take care of now. A year later, Mom got sick again with the same condition. She lost her memory. My father, my stepfather, continued his same attitude of receiving Mom's salary and spending it on himself. He stopped paying for house bills, stopped paying for anything at home. Mom was just shocked when she received the news from the landlord that we haven't been paying rentals for good 10 months. We were thrown out of the house. We didn't have where to go. We didn't have where to stay. My stepfather came up with an idea of us joining his firstborn child, who was married. So we had no any other option than to join her. But I was not welcomed in that house because of my condition, because she thought I was cursed. Life became very much difficult. I was not comfortable in that house. I joined an organization that helps people with albinism, which is Albinism Foundation of Zambia. The motto is breaking the silence on albinism. Through the organization, I help to raise awareness on people with albinism. We want to break the myth, to educate people on albinism, and that is what I do. I have been with this organization for 6 years, and through them, I educate people on albinism. Albinism is the absence of melanin in the eyes, in the hair, and in the skin. There are 2 main common types of albinism. One, it can only affect your eyes, or it can only affect your hair or your skin. Then the other can affect the whole body, just like me. It is easy for someone to identify me as a person with albinism because I'm white. I'm not ashamed because I'm born with albinism, because I look different. I'm proud of who I am. The absence of melanin makes someone vulnerable to sunlight. We easily get sunburns. That is why we need to cover ourselves. Use a lot of sun cream. Wear sunglasses. People with albinism, we are short-sighted. We can't see at a far distance. We have a white skin. That is why it is difficult for the community, even families, to accept us. Even in a home, when a child with albinism is born, the father may assume that's not his child. No, that's not my child. I can't give birth to a child with albinism. The mother may be accused of sleeping with a white man or having affairs with her relative, because people believe albinism is a curse. A lot of parents with children with albinism are single parents because of the same reason. They end up providing everything for their children, including buying the expensive lotion, sun cream. A lot has to be done in villages because people with albinism there, they have no one to speak for them. They do not have access to a lot of activities. Yes, sun cream is being distributed in hospitals, but they are out of reach. Despite everything, I have chosen to live a positive life. My dreams can't be shattered just because I was born with albinism. For me, the sky is my limit. I'll still be that proud Susan that I am. I have dreams. I want to become that successful woman that every person will look at like, wow, she's proud. I want to set a good example to people with albinism who have low self-esteem, who think they cannot do it. I want, like, when they look at me, they'll be like, oh, if she can do it, I can also do it. Albinism is just a condition. Albinism is just a condition. We can do what any other person can do. Disability is not inability. We want accessibility in what you do. There are people like me. We have John Chitty. We have Salif Keita. We have the Jamaican DJ. There are people with albinism, very successful in life. They are proud of who they are. And I know one day I will reach on their level, and even more. I will be that great star, Susan. I'm a model. I'm a gospel artist. I also act short documentaries. God is by my side. I will achieve my goals. So, now that you've heard on the challenges that people with albinism go through, will you love us? Will you accept us the way we are? Will you come close to us? Will you share a meal with us? Come close to us and learn more on albinism. Susie talking. They're proud single parent. Thank you.